preparing for this change. Now, Compl.AI automates the contract review process, helping you to stay on top of your compliance implications, saving time, reducing costs, and minimizing risks. Today, we are fortunate to have two adesso experts with us, Tobias Dieter and Tim Bunkus, managing consultants at adesso. They're specializing in DORA compliance and artificial intelligence. Both bring extensive knowledge on digital operations resilience and how business can prepare for the upcoming regulatory changes. They will guide us on how DORA and Compl.AI works and also show us a short demo. In the meantime, feel free to use the chat to ask us questions. This webinar is kept short intentionally, but we'll make sure we'll answer to your questions post-webinar in order to clarify all pending questions. But let's go now straight to the topic and let me involve Tobias. Tobias, what are the challenges for banks and insurance companies in relation to DORA?
Yeah, Libero, thank you very much and a warm welcome to the audience. The DORA Go Live is very close. We will have our start starting in the 17th of January 2025, and all requirements, all regulation requirements will be or have to be fulfilled. And this is something which we are talking about in a lot of conversations with our customers and potential customers. What are the key requirements, the key challenges to fulfill these DORA requirements? And besides building up a DORA strategy or making the whole ICT risk management topic ready, we have a very big topic, which is the ICT third-party provider management. And the companies, all companies are using IT service providers and having contracts with them. The smaller ones have 40 or 50 contracts, the big ones up to 1,000 and more contracts, which have to be scanned, analyzed if they are compliant with DORA, the DORA requirements. And what does it mean? There have to be one or more persons to analyze all of these contracts. And this is something, if one person has to do that, it will take years to scan all contracts and to see what are the requirements out of DORA, Article 30, for example. And to do that in a cost-effective way, you can use our solution Compl.AI to scan all these contracts, and this will save a lot of time. Internal staff can do something else, and for example, renegotiation of contract details which are not compliant with the DORA requirements. And on the other hand, you will save a lot of money in case you will order external staff to perform the analysis. And this is basically working in a way you have a lot of requirements on one hand, a lot of contracts on the other hand, and the AI solution scans all these contracts and looks into the requirements, are they fulfilled or not, and to show you what that means and how it is looking like. I would bring our third player into the game, but first I will give the word to Libero.
Thanks very much, Toby. We have heard a lot about DORA, right? I mean, a lot of businesses I'm talking to, usually business owners, are kept awake at night also due to the fact that time is ticking, right? We have time until January 2015. We also have heard a lot about Compl.AI. It was all over the news in the UK as well. And we have seen, at least we have read, about how in a very short amount of time can identify all non-DORA compliant text passages in the contract, right? Tim, will you be able to show us how it works?
Of course, I can do so. Hello, everyone. Thanks for having me as well. And let's jump into the solution. So this is our Compl.AI AI extractor for the contract validation here. And the way it works is quite simple. So we can take any IT contract. In here, I'm going to show you an example of a contract. Unfortunately, I can not go too deep into details, but this contract, as you can see, has the standard, terms and conditions, and everything is marked by these X's as well. Some of the pages are scanned in, some of the pages have signatures on them, and some of the pages are just, plain text. And then, of course, I'm going to need to have a couple of questions that are our compliance questions that we want to ask towards these contracts. We prepare a host of these questions in different catalogs for different parts of the contract and different parts of the DORA compliance that you want to scan. For our demo today, I have 21 questions right here that are just, simple questions to make sure that the right parties are mentioned in the contract, that the right terms in terms of, for example, recovery and data and access are also mentioned in the contract. These questions are preloaded into our question catalogs, and what I'm going to do is that in our solution, I will just scan this contract that I have just shown to you. I will upload it and then just choose one of our question catalogs here and hit analyze. Then the question is the questions and the contract itself is uploaded to our environment, which is a secure cloud-hosted environment, which is not storing any data. So the data is just in transit, embedded into a vector store. Then the questions are semantically checked against these vector stores. Relevant parts of the contracts are found, and then a large language model AI is analyzing these chunks of the document that are relevant to the question and see if the question has been answered in the correct manner in a DORA compliant way. I can then just download and extract an Excel file which contains the question and the explanation found by the model alongside this traffic light thing that we have here that basically shows if a question has been answered DORA compliant, has been partially answered, or could not have been answered. And as you can see here, our contract has been run through and all the relevant parts and the question answering has taken place. So Toby, maybe back to you. What are the implications? Why is this helpful for our audience?
Yeah, Tim, thank you. The thing is, in the use of a predefined questionnaire, you don't have to think about individually what are the requirements for this and that contract, but you define it, you predefine it, and you can have all the questions and the answers in the same way and manner analyzed. And the results you get, they are easy to compare. So that means the traffic light system is pretty simple. If you have a green value, it indicates that there is no further need to change something in that in the contract for that specific topic. So DORA asks, is in that specific contract, is it very clear what the rights and obligations, to have the first question here in focus, what the rights and obligations of a financial institution is or are? It says, yes, it is clear in the contract which we have analyzed, the rights and obligations are defined, and they are defined in a good way, which is sufficient. So that means I don't have to do anything if I want as a financial institute. If I have a yellow or even a red answer, that means there is something missing, or the question or the topic, the requirement has not been fulfilled completely. There's no regulation in that point, and this means I, as a financial institute, have to look into that contract and the results and to see what are the specific points and how much do I want to renegotiate and to change in a future contract with that ICT service provider. And this is a quick way to see the gaps and to do the next steps. And this helps a lot in terms of spending time. And this is something where we think it's a big plus and a big advantage for all institutes to proceed. And to say it clear, it's not just for DORA purposes. It's for all kinds of document comparison and analysis usable. So we are just talking about DORA today, but if you want to have an analysis on in case of a public tender, or for your procurement in general, or for your legal department, or for data protection documentation, whatever, you can use that tool in the same way as we have shown it right now.
Brilliant. Thank you, Toby, and thank you, Tim. It's great to see, right? So what we learned today is how Compl.AI it can actually help businesses meet the regulatory requirements, and great to see how actually AI and GenAI is actually helping in action, literally. If you have not seen many examples like this, I'm really glad to share this with the audience today. Obviously, every case is different. We are very happy. Reach out to us, to all the audience, if you would like to learn more how this applies to your specific case, your specific business. We are very happy to have an individual demo with you and explore how we can help you to save money, save time, reach compliance fast, and also allow your people to focus on what's more relevant for your business. Thanks very much, Tobias, Tim, again, for joining us, and for the questions we have got. We will answer to those shortly after the webinar. Thank you all again for participating today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you. Goodbye. Bye.